Still on the elections, former President John Dramani Mahama has expressed disappointment at the loss of $190 million meant for private sector participation in electricity distribution under the U.S. Millennium Compact. Now, in a Facebook post, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress said the corrupt, Yenchendi and chronistic governance practices spearheaded by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Vice President Dr. Mahama led to the loss of the $190 million U.S. Millennium Compact. The former president pledged that he will work diligently to enhance private sector efficiency in the electricity distribution system, including metering, revenue management, and fault response when he is re-elected as president in the upcoming general elections. And he also promised to ensure a thorough investigation into the PDS power distribution services scandal to hold those involved accountable. Let's now get onto the phone line and speak to Chief Crusader for the Crusaders Against Corruption, Emmanuel Wilson, for more on this. Good afternoon, and thank you always for your time here on the program. This is not the first time an opposition has threatened to investigate those in office if re-elected. Really, should we take the former president seriously with regards to this?
Well, this coming election in particular, what is going to account mostly for decision-making has to do with a person or a candidate's ability to fight corruption, because that is one key thing that is collapsing the economy. Now, as to whether or not any of the flag bearers or candidates, we need to take the person seriously in line with the person's utterances as to how to fight corruption. We only have to use a yardstick, and that yardstick should be the background and the history of that particular person who is making the pronouncement. Not to talk of the current flag bearer of the NPP. We all know the background, and we all know that the mess we have created as it stands now is an integral part of it. Such a person, if he comes out to tell us that he's going to fight corruption when he has the power, it will be very difficult for any reasonable person to believe him when he says that. Now, when you come to the opposition led by John Dramani Mahama, for him saying that when he comes to office, he's going to fight corruption and to even review some of the corrupt cases, such as Dapa's own, such as the PDS, such as the SML, and the likes. We would rather want to see or ask ourselves what he was able to do when he had opportunity to be the president, when he was the president. And if you analyze very well, it is very clear that in this Fourth Republic, in line with fighting corruption, he's been able to do some few things which is a bit unique, in that it is only during his tenure, sitting president, that he allowed the process to get to the latter by prosecuting his own appointee, and I'm making reference to Mr. Abugapili, to the extent that he ended up in prison. There have been other instances where just a mere allegation, we saw the then President John Mahama, dismissing some appointees that he had, which included the issues surrounding the bus branding, where he even ensured that there was a refund of whatever monies were involved. Also included a deputy, I think Victoria Hammer, where just a mere utterance, which constituted a perceived corruption, could lead to her being dismissed. And so if today such an individual tells us that when he comes to office or when he gets the power to become the president, he will want to fight corruption, it is very likely that we may want to believe him, because if you look at his background, he has exhibited it reasonably enough.
Okay. Thank you very much for